Are we in a new Cold War? Is US-China tension now ideological, not just economic?
That's a really big picture question and a pretty hot topic. A lot of experts do describe the US China relationship right now as having changed the new Cold War. So, yes, it's not just about economics anymore, there's definitely an ideological component as well. The US often frames it in terms of democracy versus authoritarianism, while China presents its model as an alternative path to governance and development. So, in that sense, yeah, there's a growing ideological dimension to the US China tension, and some people do think of it as a kind of new Cold War era.
So, what is Global South and how is it reacting to this new bipolarity?
So the term global south generally refers to regions like Latin America, Africa, much of Asia, and other developing areas that are outside the traditional Western power centers. When it comes to kind of new bipolar tension between the US and China, a lot of countries in the global south are navigating it with a mix of pragmatism and caution. They're often trying to maintain good relationships with both sides and avoid being forced to pick one over the other. In other words, the global south is often looking for ways to benefit from both US and Chinese partnerships without getting pulled too deeply into a rivalry. Some countries are even leveraging the competition to get better deals or investment from both sides, so they're playing a pretty strategic game, trying to stay as non-aligned as possible while maintaining the evil dynamic.
So, could a proxy war in Taiwan or Africa spark global escalation?
A proxy conflict, whether in Taiwan or in parts of Africa, can indeed risk drawing in larger powers and escalating tensions more broadly. Taiwan is one of those flashpoints where the US and China both have strong interests, and any conflicts there could definitely raise the stakes quickly. Similarly, in Africa, where both the US and China have growing economic and strategic interests, local conflicts could also become proxy arenas. Of course, everyone's generally aware of risks, so a lot of diplomatic effort goes into preventing that kind of escalation. And somehow, those areas that people watch closely, because a proxy conflict in those regions could potentially lead to a bigger global crisis that could not carefully managed.